Hey, what's up, you guys? Bringing another action figure review to you, and this is the DC Multiverse DC Classics Darkseid. Now, this is a figure I was highly anticipating when it first got announced. I wanted to pre-order it, but I didn't get to pre-order it because it sold out immediately. And then a little bit of time passed, and they restocked it. I kept my eyes on it on Amazon. They restocked it, and I pre-ordered it again. Then my pre-order got canceled this month because my money didn't come in yet. So they canceled my pre-order and I got upset again, but then they had more in stock for me to reorder it, so then I reordered it again. So quite the little journey I've been on with when it comes to this Darkseid. But this is a figure that I was highly anticipating, like I said, and I needed a new Darkseid in my collection. I had a Darkseid, but it's like a 6.5 to maybe 7-inch scale. So I'll say probably roughly about 6.5. But I'm not going to pull him out because he's deep in my storage, so I'm just not going to go through all that. But that's the Darkseid that I have. It's a more modern Darkseid. It's more of a New 52 Darkseid. This is clearly inspiration from Jack Kirby's design. Jack Kirby, the living legend himself, rest his soul. He created Darkseid and all the new gods, Orion, Darkseid, Caliban. You know, he created all of them. That was all Jack Kirby. So the DC universe wouldn't be where it is without him. So with all that being said, let's get further into the review. So we got Darkseid in the packaging. Got DC Multiverse Darkseid right there. We have Darkseid DC Classic on the side. And on the top of the packaging, DC Universe, DC Multiverse, and we have, like I said, the bottom, got the UPC there, all the legalities and such. As always, we have the back of the packaging, which it has some awesome art, which is Jack Kirby's art. This is Jack Kirby, so this is the Darkseid that is presented to us. Get more of him at the bottom there. You get Darkseid on the side of the packaging, and you get the figure Darkseid himself inside the packaging. So we are going to get Darkseid out of the packaging, and we're going to get further into this review. So let's do it. And here we have Darkseid outside the packaging, and he is a big beefy boy. He is big, he is massive, and that's exactly what I want for my Darkseid. So getting right into the figure, we will get into his accessories. We have the Darkseid trading card here with that Jack Kirby style that he created him. Darkseid DC Classics, Darkseid. And so real name, N.A. I forgot Darkseid's real name. I heard somebody say it before, but I forgot what his real name is. But he does have a name. His name is not just Darkseid, but Darkseid is who they refer to him as. So, in the known DC multiverse, one name stands above all others when it comes to supreme villainy, Darkseid. Ruling over the hellish world of Apocalypse, Darkseid doesn't merely mean to conquer a planet or subjugate his enemies. He seeks to rob the entire universe of its free will and replace it with his own. That is the read up on Darkseid. Also have two alternate hands for him, which is a pointed finger hand and a fisted hand. So those are his other alternate hands. This is his alternate head as well. So that is awesome. See all the detail there. It's really cool. So I wanted this Darkseid figure. I had to have him, and now I do have him. So we will take a closer look at him. So you see his Omega beams. That's what these red lasers around his eyes is, his Omega beams. And he looks absolutely fantastic. He looks great. I love it. I love the head. I love this head sculpt. I love it a lot. Showing off Darkseid's awesome might and power. I love that. He has the D insignia there carved on his chest. This is heavily glued in, so if you rip this out, you would do it at your own will, at your own risk. He has this belt, which is how he looks in the comics. And he has a flowing wired cape. And I like this cape a lot. I like that the cape is wired. You can move it around, pose it, however you so choose. That's really awesome. It has a nice texturing to it, nice material as well. I like that. You get the back of Darkseid there. You see his veins and his muscles. I really like that. So these arms are a reuse of the Mongol figure that came out from McFarlane. So it's a reuse of the Mongol figure. I don't mind it. I don't mind because I don't have that Mongol figure, and I'm not going to get him because I didn't like the way he looks. So you see his big beefy chest, you see his abs, his little diaper he's wearing here. I mean, McFarlane is obviously going to make another Darkseid. This is just the blueprint for right now. This is what we're getting right now. But we all know McFarlane is going to reuse this body. He's not going to just let it be used this one time and not reuse it, or at least parts of him anyway. He's probably going to give us a more modern Darkseid where he has the skirt on instead of this diaper piece. But this is the way Jack Kirby drew him, so that's what this figure is pulling from. And I'm very satisfied with this figure. I don't think, even if they do make a new Darkseid, I don't think I'll be picking him up because I'm very satisfied with this figure right here. So yeah, his arms, he's all veined up, he's roided out. He's a big beefy Darkseid. It looks really good. Gloves look good. The diaper looks good. Back of the diaper looks good. Everything's nice, nicely detailed and very nicely painted. Got the boots here, the nice long legging boots from Darkseid. That looks awesome. See legalities at the bottom of his feet. So this is a pretty dope Darkseid figure, no doubt about it. I am feeling this figure a lot. And so here we have Darkseid with his alternate hands on and his alternate head, and it looks really dope. It looks really awesome, so I'm really feeling it. So I want to give this figure more of a higher praise, but I don't think I can because there are some issues with it. And one of the main issues while I paused my video was I was moving around and articulating his arms, but his arms kept popping out. So I'm not the only person that this has happened to. I've seen a lot of reviews on YouTube where this happened to, and I'm not really happy about that because McFarlane needs to stop the nonsense, because that should not be happening with any of his figures. With the joints just popping out like that. But since we're talking about joints, let's get to articulation. So articulation is he can move his head to the left, to the right. He can look up about that much. He can look down about that much. He does have some pivoting, some attitude, and his arms can go out. It's probably going to pop out when I'm doing this, so if it does, don't be surprised. Arms can go out about that much, and his arms popped out like I said was going to, so points will be docked for that. But his arms could go full 360 rotation. He does not have an upper bicep swivel, but he does have a swivel in his, it doesn't want to, there we go. He has a swivel in his wrist. I'm trying to get it to go as much as possible, but a slight swivel in the wrist and near the elbow joint. Well, he has a swivel in the elbow joint, and he does have swiveling in the wrist and full wrist and hinge rotation. He does have a butterfly joint in his arm, even though this thing pops out like crazy. And in the waist, he has a ball peg in the waist. Nothing in the lower waist, or if he does in the lower waist, mine is really tight. But he has the upper ball joint in the waist area. He can crunch back that much, crunch forward that much. He can do the splits. He can do the splits about that much. He can kick forward. You hear all this ratcheting. Kick forward about that much. Hardly back. Slight thigh rotation. He does have a. Does he have a double jointed knee? Yes, he does have a double jointed knee, and he has a full ball rotation in the foot. It can hinge around, spin around. And he does have ankle pivot as well. He does have the famous McFarlane toe hinge, and it can hinge up that much, hinge down that much, and that is about it. That's about what you're going to get out of Mr. Darkseid, and he looks awesome. Love the way he looks. Love it. I really do like this figure a lot. I would say I do love this figure. I will go that far. I would say I do love the figure. And I think even though this figure does have problems, I think in spite of all of that, it is still a pretty dope looking classic Darkseid. So we are going to get into some size comparisons real quick, and then I will give my final thoughts. So here Darkseid is next to his servant, next to his son, Calabac. And that looks really cool. And here Darkseid is next to Superboy, Superman, and Supergirl. And that looks pretty cool as well. Okay, so my final thoughts on this Darkseid. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I wanted to give him higher than the 8, maybe 8.5 to a 9. But those arms, I just can't do it. Those arms. And it's mostly flat paint around the figure. Now, not that that's a bad thing, because he looks like he's supposed to look. But you still could have added, you know, some more brushing, or some more, you could have added, you know, a little bit more wash over him. You know, so, you know, but he's a solid 8 out of 10. Solid 8, which is still a very good score. Because I really like this Darkseid. I like it a lot. They did a lot of things good with him that I completely adore with this figure. And then there's some missteps like the arms. The arms popping out, that's a deal breaker for me. McFarlane needs to do better with their quality control issues. They need to get better with that because it is not working for me. So yes, this has been my review, guys, of the DC Multiverse DC Classics Darkseid. And I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that. And until the next time, see ya.